In this video, I will show you how to create an API application integrated with WhatsApp to process the messages and send messages to phone numbers using WhatsApp. So in this application, we will use Node.js to create the app with Express to work with routes and a Brazilian library called Web WhatsApp.js. So here, for example, we have in the left side and WhatsApp opened with some number of example, and the right side we have the postman configured to send a message to my route, to make a request to my route. It's slash dot message create in this Node application, and in this route we will send a phone number, is the number that we want to send the message to, and the message also. So here, for example, if I click send the request, I will receive the message in the WhatsApp application. Uh, Another thing that we can do is, if someone answer the WhatsApp, the message, so for example, if I send test here, our application can throw this message and we can see the message and who is the person that are sending the message for us. So you can work with this to create a robot chatbot or things like that to send a message back. So it's this. This is what we will do. So let's get started. The first thing that we want to do is create an app using Node. So let's start with creating the directory. So is incardir, uh, the name of your directory can be WhatsApp REST API, for example. Let's get in and let's create our package JSON to put our libraries that we will use. So npm init, the packet name can be the same name of the folder, version 1, description no, entry point can be index.js, test command no, git repository not for the moment, keywords no, author not for now, license not for now. Is okay, okay, yes. So yeah, let's open this app. I will open NVS code to create the code. So let me open the folder here and we can begin now. So the first thing that we will need to use is the Express, of course. So npm install Express. Also, we need to use the Brazilian library that I said before. It's called npm install WhatsApp web.js. You take a time to install. It's a little bit bigger, so let's wait. Okay, so now we can start code. So I will create a folder here called src, the source code, and inside this folder I will create the index.js, and inside this index.js we will create our first code. So we will start with express. Let's declare here express require express let's create our app using express. Let's use express.json to work with our request body, and let's use just this for the moment, and let's listen to the 3000 port, and with this port we can say something like server is ready. Yeah, just this. Let me see if our package.json it's okay to begin. Actually the main it's okay. See here just the scripts. Let's put something like the start script here. So node src index.js is the directory that we created. Now let's see if it's running. npm run start. Something goes wrong. Let me see. Okay, so the port 3000 it's already using. It's because I have another app open here. Let me close it, and we will try again. Okay, it's look like it's ready. So let's start creating our routes to work with our application. So I will create a folder here called routers, and inside this folder we can have, for example, a file called message router.js, and with this router we can create our express router. So let's start declaring the express again here. Require express. Let's create our cons for router, new express router, and let's create a very simple route just to see if our route app is working. So router get /imp, and we will pass the function with the request and the response, and just send the response back something like hello world. Can be this. After that we can export our module here, our route module exports router. Let's save. Let's close, open again, and here in Postman let's see if I put http slash slash localhost in the 3000 port. Let me see. I think that something goes wrong. Oh, maybe I forgot to use the routes here in the index.js. So I will import the route here in the top. Let's call it message router require. It's in routers folder, message router, and here we will use the message router. I think it's okay now. Let's try again. Okay, so it's working. So let's go to the next step. Okay, now that we have our server working, let's start create our integration with WhatsApp.js library. So let's go back to our code and let's create our service. This service will be responsible to work with this library. So the thing that I forgot to tell you is that we will need also this another dependency. It's called QR code terminal. So you can put in our package JSON also with Express and WhatsApp.js library. So don't forget this. You will need these three dependencies. After that, we can create a subfolder here in source folder called service. Can be service or services. And in this service folder, let's create our first service. Will be WhatsApp client JS can be a name, and let's import the client and the local auth from WhatsApp web JS library. So the another dependency, like I said, is this QR code required QR code terminal. And we can start creating our WhatsApp client with this client imported, and in this constructor of this client we will send the auth strategy that will be this local auth. After that we can start working with our WhatsApp. So we can, for example, receive an alert. We can be notified when the QR code of the WhatsApp is ready. So when WhatsApp client on QR is ready, we can pass this function, passing through the QR code, and let's generate the QR code terminal, passing this QR code, and we can pass another information like we want to be small. Another thing that we want to know is when it's ready our WhatsApp to work. So when we'll be ready, we want to know. So when we're ready, we want to console.log and send a message like client is ready. Can be. After that, when is ready, we can start receiving messages. So WhatsApp client on, and when we have message, we want to, in a simple way, get this message. I will put in try catch, because if we have some error, we can throw about this. So if we have some error, we want to log this error here, and I will put an if here, because I already know that if our message is coming from, for example, the WhatsApp groups or WhatsApp status, we don't want to know about this. We want to know about our directory message. So when the message from will be different, status broadcast, we want to do something with the message. We can, for example, get the contact of this message. We have this get contact method, and we want to console this contact that we get, and the message body is the message text that we are receiving. So is this, and we need now to export this our service. So module exports WhatsApp client, and here in the index we want to use, so const WhatsApp client, we want to require in our service client, and imported, we want to initialize to start our WhatsApp client. So we have this method here. So we want to do this in the beginning of the application, when the app starts. So after that, we can now start our app again. So I will save everything and do an npm run start. So our server is starting, and after that we will receive our QR code when the WhatsApp is ready. Now it's processing, so it's like we are ready the WhatsApp begin. So like you see, we have now the QR code. So I will get my phone and I will connect the WhatsApp. So it's get a little bit longer because I have to authenticate my WhatsApp. So now the client is ready. So if, for example, we now send a message for us, we want to see this information that we create here in the method. So I will send another text, and like you see, we have the contact information, and the test is the message that we send now. So it's this. Now we can go to the next step. Okay, now that we have already working our message receiver, so we are receiving the message. Now we want to send the message, so we want to send a request and passing the phone number and the message, and we want to our application send a message to someone using WhatsApp. So we already were having our WhatsApp client service. Only want we only need to use this service here in our message router. So we need to create a new router here, but now is a post route. We can use a message URL. So we want to pass the request and the response. And first of all, we need to import our WhatsApp client. So we import the WhatsApp client from, go back one folder, services, WhatsApp client, and now we can use this service. So WhatsApp client, send message, we will pass the request body, phone number, and the request body message. After that, we just have to send back something to the user, just to say if everything is okay. So after that, we have to restart our server and our WhatsApp client. So we'll start the application from the zero. So let's wait because WhatsApp client it's a little bit longer to get ready. So client is ready. So here we have our WhatsApp web client open, and we want to send a message for him. So if now I send a message here, using the message route, my client received the message, because now we have this router working with our WhatsApp client service. So this is everything. So for the moment, maybe we can in the future grow up this application and do more things. So thank you for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.